Yo, testing, okay. Check. Looks fun. Okay, and the second modem. Oh yeah, this got closed. Okay. Good morning, Wendy. Welcome. First person in chat. Hang on, still setting up some stuff as usual. Hop. Scan. There we go. 2 modems, check. Good. Alright, now that we're here, and there's not many people, I'm gonna test a few settings. Where was that? Color tone. Let me turn this on. You want to keep it at 5. Let's try it. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, VV2 seems to be much nicer. Let's use that one for today. Okay, I think we're good. The menu. Back to chat. Hey, Big Barry. All right, we're all set up. Choo. For the keen-eyed, we are at the Walsorden again today. Your kick session has expired. God damn it. Log out, connect, allow, continue. Right, we're back. Hey, that worked. Neat. Alright, first shippy of the day is a Ro-Ro from Finlines. It's one of the faster ships on the river, actually. I had to hurry up before I could catch it. Should use the iPhone for getting the numbers. Hey, Spyro. Good morning. It's still morning, right? It's 11 here almost. Oh no, not height. Ship. Not sure if we'll have moderators on a Monday morning, so I'll. Your app is no longer supported. Please update the application. Oh my god. Updating the app. I don't know, 12 megabytes. It's fine. It's also one of the better looking ships on the river, in my opinion. The Finlines always look in a pristine condition. Hey Shirley, good morning. So cool how pointy her bow is. You can see like a little fountain at the bow. Alright, let's update it. Open. There we go. Now I can get her on the radar. The Finico one. On the radar, on the overlay. 0 to 4,000. There we go. Hopefully that will work. There it is. Beautiful. So in terms of ships, I'm expecting a nice load of ships coming in from the coastline that I saw. And then also in Antwerp now is a 369, what a good number, meter long evergreen ship. Built last year, so one of the newer evergreen ships. So that one should be on its way by now, so that's going to be exciting. Let me check radar, see if it's already moving now. I saw tugboats next to her when I left. Oh yeah, she's moving. Oh, she's already there. Yeah. She'll be here in like an hour, I think. I can already see her then. Oh yeah, I see her in the distance. Cool. Hey, Palauser. This one came from Gdynia in Poland. There's a nice salty breeze from over the water. Smells good. Such a good looking ship, isn't it? Good morning, Giant Ray. Also love the green of the ship. It reminds me of Stream Buddy green. The brand color of my own company. I was built for North Sea waves. I wonder if this one is I don't think it is ice type rated. No, I think it was fin lines. We also have ships that can go through ice. Zero emissions in port, so that means this ship can dock or connect to power lines from the shore. So she can completely run on a power socket, basically. You just plug her into the little power socket, this whole ship. So yeah, it goes electric. All the generators for electricity are turned off. So there's no emissions. She's very quiet as well, by the way. You can barely hear her engine. Hey, Monkey Bananas. And she's speedy. Yeah, absolutely. It's a RoCo, I would call it. So it's a combination of Ro-Ro and container ship, because indeed they can load containers on from the top. You also see it right now, but she does have the whole bridge structure in the back there to roll on and roll off vehicles as well. Good looking ship, I like it. It's very busy this morning on the river. Also, we hopefully have started a week of warmer, drier weather. So far it's still a bit cloudy, but I do feel like it's a little bit warmer than the past few days. I'm not wearing my vest right now. I do like this spot. They come like directly at you, they go very close to you, and then they slowly turn away from you. So you can have her at all angles. Still not convinced by the colors though. Let's try again. Menu. So let's see if we tweak any of that. These are all just worse. Yeah, it's not gonna be it. If we go here, color tone. So this is an amazing camera, but it's mostly focused on, ooh, that's very moody. It's mostly focused on filming, not live streaming. So I'm a bit sad about that. I will just stay on Vivid too, I think. Yeah. I wonder if this will make a difference. Let's keep that on as well. Okay, I won't touch it anymore. them in. It looks like she has two propellers in the back. You can see both of the little waves from it. How many crew? Probably only like 3-4 people max. So there will be the pilot, the local who goes on board to guide the ships in. There will be the guy steering, the helmsman. Maybe the captain is there as well. And then maybe another officer. But it won't be much more than that on the bridge at least. We got the Mentor inland ship coming by. As I'm solo, I'm only gonna do the bigger ships on the overlay. Doesn't seem like, again, we're not level. I've been working on my tripod yesterday, and I think something is like broken from falling over last year somewhere. Because when I rotate, the level is always off a little bit. Sad. And then our next bigger ship. Captain, first officer, pilot, a deckhand at the helm at the least. There we go. So 4. Oh, that was kind of right. Kind of right. And they'll probably having breakfast, or maybe already lunch by now. So next one, let's check the number. Wait until you see the Ever Eon later, Dojo. Then you'll have a lot of containers stacked. This is a small stack. What a name, the ship. 229. Hey, you see. 635. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Hopefully that works. Am I not connected to my... interesting. Connections. Oh, I am connected. Huh. So that's broken then. Damn it. The CMA CGM Paranagua. 220 meters by 32 meters. She has a capacity of 3,091 TEUs. It's 20-foot containers. She turns 21 years old this year. She came from CA. She came from Halifax, from Canada. Yeah, she did a big trip. Oh wait, to CA. She came from an Anchorage, but maybe before that she came from Canada. Halifax? Hard to say. I love this spot. The shots are just so cool. The ship's coming directly towards us. So nice. Kind of scary. There's a big zoom lens though if we go out. Oh! We're getting a honk. Are you watching the stream? If you're watching the stream, can you honk again? That was a good honk. Stream has a little bit of a delay. Maybe he'll honk again. Nope. I wonder what it was honking at. Would it be probably the inland ship to the left there? Like, watch out. Yeah, the ship on the left is going a bit further out. That's probably it. Just like cars. Got another one. Are you watching the stream? If you're watching the stream, come wave at me from the bridge later. No chance they're watching the stream though. No, that's normal, Galgura, for these inland ships. I know it looks weird, but these are river ships, right? So they don't have to deal with many waves and stuff, so they can be loaded all the way up to the freeboard level. It does look trippy though. We like to joke that they're aspiring to be a submarine. It's just, well, I'll show the lowrider later on. Because we actually have a lowrider emote for this, right? Where are my emotes? Here's my emotes. There's also a small I don't know what it is, but a little ship on the right. That's a good contrast. Let's do it like that. I wonder why it was honking though. Would it really be towards the small one? Like, get out of my way.
Foto's opmaken van de boot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dojo. I don't really do any of the soccer stuff. I'm out of the loop. But go football team. Look at the little one wobbling left and right. It's interesting. Also, I'm from Belgium, so I think Belgium still has to football. I don't know. Yay, sports ball. I don't know why I never got into it. Belgium is playing today versus Egypt. So it's gonna be, when are they playing? It's gonna be really quiet outside then. It's actually one of my favorite things to do when there's like international, what is that, like World Cup or whatever it is, European Cups, and your country is playing, go outside for a walk or a bike ride. It's so nice and peaceful outside. It's crazy how it consumes the country for some reason. It's one of the little few events that a country comes together. Which is nice about it, I guess, if you're into that. What an angle. Oh, I love this spot. So, if only I could park my car right here, then I could chill inside of the car. So if you were honking at me and watching the stream, come out and wave. We can see you now. That would be hilarious. We've had 2 times that one of these inland ships was waving at us because they found or were watching the stream. We never had it on a big ship though. That would be a first. It's going hard. Yeah. We're actually right in a corner, so they have to. If they would not make the corner here, that would be a very spectacular stream to look at. They would run straight aground. It is also quite low tide right now, the water. Actually, I think we've already passed low tide, probably rising again right now. It's interesting. Are these cranes still active? I don't think so. Looks like they still have the pillars of the cranes, but like the arms have been removed for this one. Probably for weight shedding or stuff. Yeah, so these cranes were intended for when the ship goes to like a port where there's no crane facilities, so they can load and unload by themselves. But apparently this is no longer needed on this ship, so they just removed it. I guess it saves some weight and some wind resistance as well, probably. Can we hunk again? No more hunks. Yeah, no one waving, so they were not honking at us, unfortunately. One day it will happen that a pilot will know the stream and they'll see me and they might wave at us from the bridge of a ship. That would be fun. One day. If the stream gets more known. So yeah, we were talking about the lowrider. This is the Sissy. Let's also hide this one. As you can see, she is attempting to be a submarine right now. Hey, Resdev. Moin, Ulrich. As long as the water is not going into the cargo holes, they should be fine. Hey, Iceman. I think she could even be a little bit deeper in the water. Yeah, she can be even a little bit deeper. We've seen ships where these bollards were in the water. So. It's really trippy if you just look at the front of the ship. Hey, T-Bones. There's like half a meter left at the front before she goes full submarine. I think you get used to it, being this deep in the water. Meanwhile, our probably main attraction for today is already on the horizon. She's speedy actually. She's right over there. This is the Ever Eon 369. Nice, good choice of length. 369 meters long. So we'll see her later in front of us. Just coming towards us. Oh, I love the river with the sunshine on it. Looks beautiful. So I thought there was more stuff coming from the river. Let me double check that. No, from the river, from the coastline. Oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff around the corner by the looks of it. Small ship, small ship. Small ship, small ship. A lot of inland ships. Cargo ship. It's probably also an inland ship. Oh yeah, there it is. There's another MSC container ship on the way as well. MSC Sueder. Oh. So we'll see that one. There's a wig coming. There's a MSC Joy coming as well. Seen that one before. At the entrance of the river there's a bulk carrier. And behind that there's a Ro-Ro, a Grimaldi line ship. That might be our final target today. There's a nice lineup of ships over the next 2 hours, I think. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's go back to chat. Hey mega ships, good morning. Yes, correct Dojo, that's the Evergreen. Not the one that blocked the Suez Canal a few years ago. It's a different one. That one is still sailing and it also visits Antwerp regularly. At one point we have to catch the Ever Given. It's the one that got stuck. Visit, spot it. That's a better word. Is there a nuclear plant there? Yes, correct. That's one of the nuclear power plants in Belgium. Which I am now co-owner of, or I will be co-owner of. Fun fact. The Belgian government is buying them, basically buying them. So we're all co-owner of a nuclear power plant as a Belgian. Also, there's a tower there, and I saw it a lot yesterday. There's a brand new, observation tower in a nature area being built. Damn it, the ship is in front of it now. Because when we were here on Thursday, I was already wondering, that tower seems new. I've never seen that before on the horizon. And I got confirmation, it's a new tower. Although I don't think it will be interesting for ship spotting. It's too far into a nature reserve area. But I might check it out when it's ready at some point. So that tower over there is a new. You can even see the construction around it still. It's about as high as it gets, but you should be able to go on top of it once it's ready. It'll be interesting to visit. Let's see what is next for ships. A little bit of a gap in traffic. I see some inland ships coming. Hey, Luscator. So we'll stay on the CMA for a bit until we can catch the inland ship coming towards us. I hear a prop plane, but I don't see it. The Evergreen and the fin lines are about to cross. If you came in a little bit later, the fin lines was the first ship that we saw on the stream today. What goods? There's like a statistic, I believe, what is it? 1 in 3 items that you touch, every item that you touch in your life has been on a container ship in a container at some point. 1 in 3. So it's basically everything. Can range from, and also like things you don't think about, like explosives go through with containers, flammable stuff. Could be weapons, could be furniture, could be clothing, could be parts for machines, could be your new graphics card. Sometimes people, cocaine, food. A lot of food is being transported with containers as well. They are in refrigerated containers or even deep frozen stuff. Rotterdam, no. Antwerp is like the #1 port for cocaine in Europe. This port. You're the biggest importer of cocaine in Europe. There we go, they crossed each other. So about where the ship, the Evergreen is now, is another spotter spot on the other side of the river. The thing is, for me to get there, it's like a massive drive around because there's barely any ways to cross the river. You either have to go through a toll tunnel in Antwerp, drive all the way around Antwerp, drive to Antwerp City is an option, or I have to go all the way back towards Terneuzen and take a big long tunnel there and then do a massive long drive to that spot. One day we'll do it. I've seen the Evergreen at Felix, though it wasn't fully loaded, so it didn't look big. Yeah, so they look smaller when they're empty, right? Those look to be pretty well loaded up now. Hey Mitch, good day. I'm doing good, enjoying some time by the river this morning. Although for you it's probably evening now. I handled export from company goods and containers around the world. It was not more funny than container after container, well, plastic boxes. Did you get paid for ship spotting separately? What do you mean get paid for it? Explain yourself, hippie. Are companies paying me to do this? No. I think this will be our next little small shippy coming towards us. Do I get ad revenue from the streams? I do. Yeah, it's 369 meters long, the Evergreen. So it's a big one. Not as big as the 400 meter we saw yesterday though.
Ja.
So this is like a similar ship to the one that we saw earlier that was deep in the water, but this one is empty. That's how they look when they're empty. The cargo, no, it's not public knowledge. You are able to track, oh my goodness, we got Chinooks. Oh my god, we gotta catch them above the Ever Given. Wait, oh no, it's Apaches, I think. What is happening? That is sick. We're ship spotting now, or no, plane, helicopter spotting. Yeah, it's Apaches, look at that. Oh my god, that's cool. There's 4 of them. There's a 4, there they are. It's an invasion. I wonder if now we'll have Chinooks. Last time we saw Apaches, we also saw Chinooks after. Hang on, let me raise the camera a bit. There you go. Wait, there's 5? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 5 indeed. Dude, they're so loud together. It's impressive. Let's try to zoom in. It's a nice intervention or intermezzo. Back from ILA, not sure what that is. Camera, please. Was there like some air show that they might have been on? That's really cool to see. Sorry, I'm not used to tracking fast objects, so I'm doing my best here. Well, that was cool. France has the big G7 and a defense show this week. Oh, that could be. They are going south, so that could be it. I wonder if we'll get Chinooks as well now. Oh, did they have extra fuel tanks? And I guess they're all for a long ride. Probably to France. Alright, sorry, I was distracted. I was talking about something, but we cannot skip Apache helicopters when we see them. It would be rude. Oh, the International Air Show Berlin. Interesting. Well, I think these were probably Dutch helicopters, right? Surely. I can do both. I can do both. We'll be plane and ship spotting at the same time. As if airliners live wouldn't be filming a massive boat if it like suddenly sailed past Manchester Airport. Because that is by the sea, right? Oh yeah, as a cargo declared. Yeah, no, it's not public knowledge. Even the people on board often don't know what's inside of it. Except when it's like dangerous cargo, then that needs to be flagged and stuff like that. Because there's always like rules and regulations on what container can go next to another container. Like a big flammable container will not go next to an explosive container and stuff like that. So there's a lot of rules there. But I think of the content itself, it's not known, no. You can, however, track a container across the world. So if you know the number of a container, there's plenty of resources online to track where the container in the world is, and you can literally follow it all the way around the world. It's pretty cool. I do think that the Evergreen might be our next big ship. Also see a lot of inland traffic now, smaller river traffic coming towards us from the coastline. You used to load the containers themselves, yeah. So the whole placement of containers on these big ships is a whole big puzzle. I guess these days it's all through computers and software. But at one point they did have to make like plans, because every container has a specific destination. You don't want a container that has to be dropped off the next stop to be all the way at the bottom, below 15 containers that are not being dropped off at the next stop. And then indeed you have the content that also matters for placement. Big puzzles. I have flown my drone over the rivers, Maxar, so it is perfectly legal. You just need to be a certified drone pilot in Europe, but that's just for anywhere in Europe. I will pick up the drone flying again. I considered bringing it today, but I didn't find it. Well, it wasn't charged basically. I didn't have time to wait longer. So there on my YouTube channel, there is a video of drone footage of ships on the river, if you're interested in that. But of course you need to follow all the regulations, like you need to stay far enough away from the ships. Also the river itself is a nature zone, so there's certain no-go zones where there's breeding grounds, and there's also seal breeding areas. Those are all no-fly zones. So how close, the rule is always that you have to keep the same vertical distance as you keep horizontal distance. So let's say I'm flying 80 meters, I have to stay 80 meters away from it horizontally, or like in a direct line 80 meters. That's the theory, at least. I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, we're just also live streaming on YouTube right now. Nothing special. Well, nothing special. YouTube does sometimes gets a unique video. But last winter we had a lot of freakouts about drones from Russia spying, flying above military domains and shit like that. And now, the moment anyone sees a drone, it's like full-blown panic. So I'm a bit more hesitant on flying drones these days because of that simple reason. Although in this area I wouldn't mind flying it. There's not many people here. But the other spot where we are usually looking at ships, I don't think I'll fly it there anymore, because there's a lot of industry. We are right next to a no-fly zone there as well, so it's a bit iffy to fly there. So when we fly it, we'll probably in this spot. Alright, so if you look now towards the coastline, well, we don't see the but towards upriver, downriver, got a whole bunch of ships coming towards us, including an MSC container ship over there as well. So those are also coming our way. Yeah, so even here there was full-blown panic with the drones, and at some point there was like a major news outlet who had a video of the drone. I swear I could 100,000% see that it was just the tail wing of an airplane from DHL. You could literally see that it was yellow, like the DHL planes, and everyone was like, big drone above the airport. No, it was a plane taking off. What are you talking about? They had to do official investigations to figure out that it was actually an airplane. Like, bro. So maybe there were a few drones over military domains, but there was no like big drone mania. I'm sure of that. Another one that they saw a drone was just a helicopter flying. It's absolutely ridiculous. People are posting planes, exactly, and that's the whole point, right? Like your average Joe that doesn't know anything about drones or airplanes or whatever, he will just think, oh, shit is going down by every single drone. But like the big spy drones, you see a difference between a little DJI drone that I fly and those massive spy drones that can fly long, long distances. It's such a big difference. Did I ever see ships sink? No, I have not. The UFO scares. Really, the UFO scares? I missed that one. So we got another lowrider coming as well. I think it's sad though, because I got a good vibe going with the drone flying. I enjoyed it. I felt confident, and then with all this the scaremongering and then the authorities jumping onto it, and I don't know, I don't feel comfortable flying it at this point. And it is dangerous. Like if you look at Ukraine now, they've really weaponized regular consumer drones into like murder machines. So as with everything, all good things eventually end up for military use and destruction and murder, unfortunately. But yeah, the drone footage is amazing. If you want to check it out, ! YouTube. If you're already on YouTube watching, you can just open the channel. Let me restart. There we go, it's better. I used to fly a drone and got some of it on my channel, but it's just not doable in the UK now. You use a 360 camera on, on a pole. Actually, I do see quite a bit of drone footage of ships coming out of, what port is it? I think it's Felix though. There's quite a bit of drone footage from that port. So I guess people do still fly there quite often. Yeah, it's true, Akamas. But it's unfortunate that then politicians are jumping all the way onto that to, yeah, I don't know, gain from it. Yeah, it's another low rider, but they can be lower. It's not fully low yet. I think for me with the drone flying as well as I'm doing it live. So if I make a mistake, it's immediately live on the internet, and that does make me very cautious about flying. Maybe I should make some offline footage and then just make little compilations of that. That could be a thing. Is it sand inside? Yeah, it could be. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely some sandy material inside. It's like a nice little beach. It's moving the beach upstream. After this one, we're gonna switch to the Ever Eon because she is getting closer. I'm sorry, MSC ship, but there's a bigger one to look at. It's just a guy sitting on top with like a little beach chair, an umbrella. Yeah, I know, Ulrich. They're very liberal about the drone flying. Like, all the port of Antwerp is an absolutely no drone flying zone. Good morning, Lart. Welcome. It's almost noon though, but you can still say good morning. No, these are inland ships, Smegmar, so they go up rivers. They can go very deep into Europe. Like, this ship could in theory go all the way to Switzerland on rivers and stuff like that. That's also why they can be so low in the water. They don't have to deal with waves or big currents. They're just on a river, which is flat most of the time. Another reason why they're so flat is so they fit underneath bridges. It's another requirement for going upriver. And then in the distance, well, we still have time for the Evergreen. We'll take a look at the MSC ship first. She is looking right at us right now. Look at that, what a shot. Let's get this one on the overlay, exclamation mark, ship. There are some storms, but it's rare, and when it happens, the traffic usually just stops. Last year we streamed in a storm by the river, and we actually saw one of these inland ships get into trouble. It almost ran aground. It was a very tense situation, but they recovered eventually. But the ship did have damage. So there's like these big doors on top of some of the cargo holds, and they were like bent and dented from the wind. There it is. So this is the MSC Westerschelde F. I've seen this one before on stream. 161 meters tall, long, 25 meters wide, a capacity of 1,368 20-foot containers. Came from Helsingborg in Sweden. Hey NJ, good to see you. Welcome. I'm gonna have to put my jacket on. It's getting chillier again. Wind, please. There we go. No, the Ancona is sniping us. Don't ruin the view, Ancona. No. No, I've never spotted. The only other place I've ever done one stream of ship spotting or two is in Rotterdam for catching cruise ships. This is a hobby still for me, unfortunately. If only this could be my job. But I would have to earn a lot more to make this my job. Yeah, Connor is absolutely photobombing us. But I get this number. There's a tracking website just like Flight Radar. Everybody knows Flight Radar. It's called Vessel Finder or Marine Traffic. So it's like a map of the world, and you can just see the ships that are moving on it. Keep in mind, you don't see all the ships. You only see ships that are close to shore. All those that are in the middle of the ocean on satellite is only for premium users. It's just so you know. I like how you can see the water going over the bulge of the ship. Or the bulb. It's like it's lifting the water up. It's really cool. There's a little bit of heat haze on the ship by the looks of it. I'd like to say that would be very dangerous, my friend. How much of the MSC is underwater? She is another 8.6 meters below the water surface. We can double check that as well. See if it's correct. Yep, she's about 8 point... because that's 9. Yeah, she's about 8 meters under the water line right now. Yep. So this is doing like a little wheelie. Her, the back is lower than the front. And again, there's ninjas on board this one, yep. Many ships from Sweden. This one came from Sweden, right? Yeah, this came from Helsingborg, this one. Well, we do have regular ships between Antwerp and Ghent and Sweden. We've had it twice come. There's people that are working on an inland ship know the stream, and they one of them was even honking at us and the other one was waving at us. So that was really fun. But I'm a very small channel. Maybe if we can grow it and more people will know it, we'll get more ships waving at us. Yeah, this shipping lane here is being dredged constantly, so it's deep enough for these massive ships. Multi on kick too. Yeah, we are. We're on all 3 platforms. You can watch wherever you want. There is the evergreen coming. But my stream is not doing anything on Kick, to be honest. There's barely any viewers. We have 2 regulars on Kick. Spyro, I see you. Look how tiny these inland ships look, but the big one on the backdrop, hey, we need to put it on the overlay. Hide. Let's do exclamation mark ship. Let's get its number up. Hey Ramon, good morning. First time here, welcome. No, that's not the right one. This is the one, Ever Eon. Phone, please work. Okay, there we go. 6 3 3 1 2 8 0 0. Beam. So let's look at the stats on this ship. Ever Eon, she was built last year, so she's only a year or less than a year old. She's 369 meters long, 54 meters wide. She has a capacity of 16,000 20-foot containers. And she is currently going to Rotterdam. And she is 13 meters deep under the waterline. So she's 5 meters deeper than the ship we just saw. How do the crew members say it? I think that's individually how long they want to stay on, or their shift says. There's usually on a ship like this a crew of about 20 to 30 people. Yep, that's true, boss. There's always a few dredges on the river active. Right now there's a few active near Vlissingen. Well, one or two of them, I think. It's been a while since we saw a dredge ship here. But over winter they dredged it out quite well, I think, this area. And I do think certain areas of the shipping lane need more dredging than others. It probably has to do with all the currents and how the sand is shifting underwater. Oh, what a massive ship. And also this one, it's a newer ship and it has this windbreaker design on the front. That's all just for fuel savings and cost savings. That's the only reason they have that. It's not to protect the containers. I love this spot. It's so good for these big ships. Looks so good. So she's gonna turn towards us in a minute. It's interesting that, so Maersk, you probably all know that company, has another type of container ship now with like a whole bridge and superstructure in the front. And I'm surprised we don't see it more often on ships these days. Because they only have a bridge in the front and then all the way at the back a chimney. 1 to 2% savings at those scale is significant. Yeah, exactly. We're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars a day that they save just by putting this big metal thing on the front. What fascinates me is that there's like multiple designs of these. And I wonder if there's like one that's the most efficient one. Because MSC has a few ships with this where it's like, I don't know, I would compare it to like a ball at the front. It's like curved from the top to the bottom. Instead of here, it's from the bottom, goes sideways up. Hey, what I got? A multi-story building on the water. A whole floating city of Lego boxes. Look how the ever dwarfs the Sueder Oog that we saw earlier. It's like a baby boat. No, I don't think that monkey bananas, because the bridge is so high up that it doesn't really matter. And we've only seen that type of ship once on the river. So Maersk has a few, but none of them do Antwerp, unfortunately. They all go to Rotterdam though. Yeah, maybe jellyfish. I just find it interesting that there's so many different designs of these windbreakers. It's relatively new. We've really seen it pop up in the past 2 years, more and more and more. Especially on these bigger ships, it's pretty new. But it's such a good savings that they are actually retrofitting them at this point. So older container ships, when they go in for maintenance, they fit it on afterwards. Hey, Norific. Oh yeah, this is the shot. This is the money shot, full frontal. She's turning in now. It's beautiful. Yeah, that would be extremely expensive, Stevie. That would be extremely expensive, all the locks. It's coming towards us. Brace yourselves. It's actually funky if I zoom out. You see how close she is to the edge of the river. She's turning though, don't worry. Oh, bit too much of a zoom. Could live on one of those. I would rather live on a cruise ship then. Some nice facilities. No, this one is not being towed. The only time a tugboat or a towboat is being used is for docking in port on these ones, or for maneuvering inside a lock. That's also when they use tugboats. No, there's no boats around her. She's alone. The rest is just traffic on the river. There's a pilot on board, which is a local who has deep knowledge of the river and these ships, and they will navigate the ship out to sea. I looked at it before, okay. We have another lowrider coming by as well. She likes to pose. This is just such a good spot for catching these ships. Such a nice angle. She's definitely not full yet though for her big journey. If you look at the red markings, she can be a lot deeper. But she looks very fresh, doesn't she? Barely any marks on her, no rust at all. Maersk, take notes. This is how you maintain your ships. Is this live? Yes, RK, we're live. So that 16,000 means, TEU means 16,000 20-foot containers. What is a 20-foot container? Yeah, there's none on board. They're all 40-foot containers. Basically, it's half of one of these. So one TEU, so basically one container like this is 2 TEUs. So she can carry 8,000 of these, in theory. Keep in mind, this is theoretical max. A ship is never ever loaded to its theoretical max. This has never happened before. Just logistically, it doesn't make sense. God, she's so big. Look how the little inland ship is dwarfed by it. Absolutely insane. And this is not even the biggest one, right? Yeah, she's very fluid dynamic, this one. Not much wake. No, your AliExpress package is always coming by plane. Unless you order like a massive machine on AliExpress, I don't think it will be in here. Very pretty ship. Yeah, if you order an excavator on Temu, that might be on, but then it might be on a Ro-Ro, your Temu excavator. This was recorded tomorrow. Should I just replay this tomorrow then? No, tomorrow we'll be out by the river again for more ship spotting. I would like to do a sunset stream at some point this week, but I'm thinking that will probably be Wednesday or Thursday, the sunset stream. We've all stood next to a container at some point in our life. Seeing this many like blocked together makes it look like little Lego bricks. But you know how tall these things are. It's absolutely crazy. You load them, yeah, exactly. So you know how big this thing is. Like one container is already big. But it looks so tiny on this ship. Yeah, good point, Jan Ray. Yeah, for those who are new to this, there's an equal amount of containers below deck in the middle. In the belly of the ship, there's an equal amount of containers in rows, so it's huge. For lunch, chicken sandwich, 2 of them, small ones. Two, 3, 6, 8, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3. Look at that view. Beautiful. Beautiful aft shot. USB sockets. Alright, let's look at our next one that's coming by. It's just a bulk carrier. So this thing is carrying, well, I think it's empty now, but when it's full, it's carrying raw materials. Hey Jurgen, ahoy. Ahoy matey. This is the Sea Star Viking going to Steenbank, which is just the spot where the pilot gets off. So maybe she's going for Anchorage, waiting on their next assignment. So sometimes these ships will leave the port when they're empty, go wait on Anchorage, and then they go back in all the way to Antwerp to be loaded up. Because it's cheaper to be on Anchorage than to pay all the port fees for taking up a spot in the port. Yeah, so Steenbank is one of the 2 places where there's an anchorage, where a lot of ships are anchored. So basically, you can compare it to a big parking lot in front of the coastline, where ships are parked. If you look on we talked about the vessel finder, the radar app. If you go out to the coastline here, you'll see like little spots where ships are grouped together and anchored. Oh, I see a drone in the distance. Ah, good point, Jurgen, you remember me. Guys, if you're new to the channel and you like all the ship spotting stuff, don't forget to drop a follow if you're watching on Twitch or Kick. If you're watching on YouTube. You can subscribe and even like the video. It's all free. It helps the channel grow. So hopefully we can do more fun stuff with ships in the future. It sounds Nordish. It's a bit of the same language, right? Nordish, Germanic languages. No, I don't think so, Dojo. There's too many variables inside. They do have like these river drones, they call them, but they're still manually operated. But in theory, so there's these inland ships, they call river drones, and they could in theory be remote controlled, but it's not happening. At Rotterdam, the oil tankers are waiting for a better price to unload. Really, is that a thing? That they wait? Ship has seen better days. It's not too bad. We've had a lot worse than this. Nope, gotta keep filming. So this one does have its own cranes, so if it needs to, it can load and unload itself. A lot of the ships have the no smoking sign. It's very typical. There's also ships that have a sign that says no naked flames. I like that first. I like that even more first. No smoking. It's very busy suddenly. There's so much inland traffic as well. Zoom out a bit more. Yes, dressed flames are fine. They just cannot be naked. So I'm trying to see if I can spot the buckets. Usually a bulk carrier will have massive buckets as well, but maybe they're in the cargo holds. Let's also pivot to the next one because she's giving us a nice head-on shot here. It's height, and that's and where is it? This is the MSC Joy 35 60 37 000. This is the MSC Joy. She is 202 meters long, 31 meters wide. Not as big as the Evergreen in the distance. Let's do that. Look at that. She has a capacity of 1,933 TEUs. She's built in 1992, so she's an oldie. She is 24? No, 92. Wait, is she 30 years old now? Oh my goodness, she's 32 years old. Wow. She came from Gävle in Sweden. Wait, isn't that where that goat is? Gävle? I know that name. It's like where they have the straw goat that they try to burn every year, but it's actually not allowed. It's arson. Right? Somebody in chat will know what I'm talking about. She has also 10 meters in the water, so she's quite deep. I do know that she had maintenance last year here in Antwerp. She was in dry dock for I think almost a month actually. Alright Dojo, catch you next time, buddy. That is Gavely, yes, yeah. I wonder if it's the same, because I don't think that was by, I think it was like in the middle of the country, so. Just checking radar. Okay, cool. This one is from 1992, Stevie. The one you're looking at. Still going strong. How far? When it's closest to me, so it's about to get close, I think it's like, I don't know, 100 to 200 meters away from me. It's really close. Look, this is all zoomed out. I'm standing here on the edge of this road. So that's probably like 200 meters. I would have to draw it out. Let me draw it out. I can actually. Can do, on this map I can draw. So, I am standing here. Ship goes by here. 1.11 nautical miles. So if I do exclamation mark. Oh, I don't have money for nautical miles yet to convert command. Anyway, 1.1 nautical miles. I think it's like 200 meters. You can also see the water is rising again. We had a little beachy area here. And now it's being submerged slowly. There's a person on deck. Is he gonna wave at us? Hello, sir. Are you watching the stream? Or are you watching TikToks? Sir? Sir? No. He's not watching the stream. I should have like a massive banner while I'm standing here. You can see yourself on YouTube with a big QR code they can scan. 1.1, no, 0.11 nautical miles, not 1.1, 0.11. Sorry if I misspoke. Sailing under the Panama flag. Very narrow aft of the ship. It's like 200 meters, yeah. Neat. Also, she has ninjas on board. It's the international sign for watch out, there's ninjas on board. And it looks like you have a tanker coming towards us as well. Let's check what that one is. It's an oil products tanker. Moin Rhea, good to see you. A big container ship in 1992 topped at 5,000 to 4,000, 5,000 TEUs. Yeah, it has evolved a lot. I do feel like we're at a ceiling now, because yeah, we're restricted by the width the ships can go and the length. Like the 400 meter, 62 meter ships are like the biggest ones you can have because of the locks, like the Panama locks, the Suez locks. It's the limit right now. And those are currently limited to just over 24,000 TEUs. Those are the biggest in the world. We've seen a few of those actually on stream. The biggest one in the world actually. They are also owned by MSC. All right, let's give me a minute. Let's look up the number of this tanker that we'll look at in a minute. Ship. Can already pan to it, I guess. That one does seem to be fully loaded. Look how deep she is in the water. Boom. There we go. That should put her on the overlay. The Minerva Emily, 182 meters long, 32 meters wide, built in 2009. She's sitting under a Maltese flag. She's going to destination not available. Maybe she's going to Russia. She's 11 meters deep right now, 11.5. So she is deep. But I assume she is about at her max depth that she can be at. It's noon, right? It's time to eat a sandwich. Yum, 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 yum. Are we back? Oh, damn it. Yesterday it did that as well at some point. I don't know why it doesn't. I literally just have to stop start. Thank you for letting me know, guys. Also, I'm a bit quiet because I'm munching. So we do still have a Ro-Ro ship, a vehicles carrier, coming later today. And that will most likely be our closer for today. I think it's still like an hour out from now. Oh, you hear me munch? Jesus Christ! Let me put the mic away for a minute. Can't believe you hear me munch. This mic is so good.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How can you still hear me? I'm gonna walk away 10 meters. I'm first turn the camera. Jesus. All right. I'll see you in a minute. Almost ready. All right, I'm back. Get the mic back. Perfect. Have we seen this one before? Exclamation mark seen. No, first time today. What was I eating? Sandwich with chicken. 2 of them. I also have a carrot, but I'm not gonna. I'll eat it after the stream. No, not that. Self-made sandwich. So this is the ladder that the pilot will climb down from to leave the ship. You climb down this ladder while this boat is out at sea in waves onto a smaller ship. The owl logo. Yeah, it's Minerva, right? Something to do with a goddess and owls or something. Describe sandwich. It was a slice of bread with butter and chicken on it. It's as boring as it can be because I'm trying to eat healthy again. Oh, there's a big container ship actually in Antwerp now from the... Oh, we might have another big container. So let's see what that one is. I see it moving. Where are you? The MSC VX, so cool. We have another 347 meter container ship as well. Nice. That's cool. The weather is very weird today. I had my jacket off, then I had it on, now I have it off again, and now I have to take my hoodie off because it's warm. What does the overlay say for temperature? Wait, I can also do exclamation mark weather. Feels like 15, interesting. Feels warmer to me. My watch says 17. I do like how nice and peaceful it is here. Nice and quiet on a weekday. Usually in the weekend there's a lot more people here. Cycling, walking. GPS signals. I'm at Walsorden if you want to find me on a map. I'll type how it's... Yeah, if you want to fly a drone, this would be a good spot to do it. So you could be where I'm standing or all the way over there. It's like a big pier, but that's always busy. But then you see the little grass berm behind. You can walk all the way to the end of it. And that's a nice fun spot to fly your drone as well. But I prefer this spot because it's just better for filming from the ground. We're very close here. When you're on the grass berm, you're a bit further away from the ships. No, this is the closest you can get to the ships. But as you have a drone, you will fly over the water, so it shouldn't matter. I considered doing it today actually, Schnurdo, but I didn't have time enough to charge because apparently drone batteries deplete, they discharge themselves 50% for health reasons. So I looked at the batteries and they were all like 50%. I was like, yeah, we're not flying it today. But I almost flew today. Soon, probably. Maybe even this week. But I'm not going to fly the drone any more near to the news than our regular spot. For the simple reason that there's too much industry there. It's right next to a no-fly zone. Some people will still be freaking out if they see a drone, but in this spot it's fine. There's not many people here. There's no industry or anything that I could spy on. So this spot should be fine. It's Monday. I have 2 months off from work, Chef Dave, so I'm not working in June and July. So that's why you have a lot of time to stream. So we will have a stream. Traffic and weather pending, of course. Ooh, look at that bird. Tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, we'll have more streams. Moin, Jade, welcome. From Wilhelmshaven. That's a pretty shot with the bird in front. I like that. Is he cleaning himself? Let's hide for now. Okay, bit of a gap in traffic now, but there is more stuff coming. Another big container ship. I think another bulk carrier, and then a Ro-Ro, a vehicles carrier, is coming. So don't go anywhere. But if you like the stream, don't forget to follow or subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. It's all free. Helps the channel grow so we can do more fun stuff in the future. What are you doing, my dude? He's like scratching his neck. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. He has an itch. Oh, he's done. Sorry. I have no clue, Schnurdo. I don't know anything about soccer. Wait, are we? Oh, that's why it's so blurry. I was like, why is it so blurry? We're digital zoomed. Yeah, that's a much better view, isn't it? Let's go back to ship spotting. It's another bird spotting stream. Got another lowrider in the back there as well. So, I don't know, should I say go football? May the best footballer win. Noted. So there's like this little ship has been going back and forth all morning. I think it's doing some kind of surveillance maybe. Maybe it's like measuring the bottom of the river. See if there's any places, any dredging, or if it's still deep enough. Isn't that the point of it all? I have no idea, dude. See, it's turning around again, the little boat. Oh, look at those birds fly through the frame. Oh, beautiful shot. And then when we pan a bit further, there he is. Let's get him in the frame as well, the birdie. That isn't a pretty picture. Almira. We got a viewer that's sometimes in here that's called Almeria. Also in July we got the tall ships race in Antwerp coming up. Then we should see a lot of big sailboats on the river actually. So that's gonna be fun. I think that's around the 11th of July somewhere, I think. So hopefully we can catch a lot of those coming in. It's pretty unique. Oh, what do we have there? I see a floating crane in the distance. Behind the horizon, actually. Let's check it out. Hey, GG Canave. Sorry. What is that thing? Let's see if I can find it on radar. Is that it? Nope. Is that it? Nope. Is that it? Nope. Maybe that's it. Oh, that's... No? What is that? What am I looking at? Is that it? Oh, it's the rival. There's a dredging underwater up ship there. That's what we see. It's just on a tiny inland ship, actually. Looks pretty funky. Let's see if it comes out from behind the pier. She's dredging out a little port area there. She's now coming out of the port area, so I assume she's gonna go and dump sand in the river. that she just dug up from the port area. Let's see. The suspense. Da, da, da. There's also a bulk carrier about to come from behind the corner there. I saw her on radar. There she is. She looked more spectacular from behind the behind the grass. All right, let's look at the lowrider that is near now. Oh, what the hell? What are they doing? They're pumping out water. Put on the pumps. Don't ask me why they're doing it. I have no clue. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna take my hoodie off. It's too warm. It's really heating up. It's nice. By Friday we should have 31 degrees here. I'm excited for it. After 2 weeks of rain and misery. The bird is still on the pillar. The Rio 1. We've seen that one before as well. What's he doing? Is he like cleaning or? He's unclogging something? I do wonder why they're like pumping water out. Any experts in the chat? Can already see in the distance the next MSC container ship on approach. That pile of boxes over there. Would deck any life vest on deck? I'm not sure. That one, I don't think so. I've seen many deckhands without a vest, but I think it's recommended. Why it's so low in the water? It's fully loaded. That's when they're this low. But they're designed to be this low, so don't worry. They won't sink. Although, a month or two ago, one of these ships sank near Antwerp, but they ran into something. And it's already recovered, actually. They pulled it back out of the river. Oh, it has loaded wet sand and it's pumping the water out of its hole. That makes sense, actually, because it does seem to be wet, the content. Thank you, Cinegast. happens. Accidents happen on the river, like there are always a few incidents a year. A few weeks ago we saw a ship almost ran aground. Well, it was slightly running aground, but it was able to get itself loose actually. It missed a corner. And then in a storm last year we saw a ship really in trouble, but also they were fortunately able to recover, so there is some risk to this industry. So it looks like the crane ship is coming towards us, the little dredge that we saw come out. So keep an eye out on her. Also the bulker is inside now, the bigger ship. Clip from the incident last year, I don't know if we clipped it, a lockdown. I know if you go through the VODs on YouTube, you can still find it. It's called Storm Benjamin, I think. The title is something with storm. The little boat that is going around is announcing ground up. Yeah, it's what I was thinking. And then based on that, they know if they need to like dredge or something. Yeah, I don't think this one had ballast inside. It was one of my shortest streams that I've ever done, because I streamed from an iPhone inside my car because I couldn't do anything else with the storm. But it's the most watched YouTube video I have. My least quality-wise one. It was just, the storm was pretty wild. Would be fun to do another storm stream at some point, maybe in the fall. We get more storms again. I also would like to film a thunderstorm over the river. I think that would also be neat. You're in Maart, close to Nijmegen. They do it every month, yeah. Yeah, it's also a constant thing here on the river. There's always at least 1 or 2 dredges active. Currently there's one active near Vlissingen. But yeah, it's a constant battle of keeping the river deep enough for these big ships. What kind of ship is this? This is a dredge / underwater ops ship. So it's basically a smaller dredge. So this can also move sand and dirt from the bottom of the river to another spot, basically. And it just left a little port area, so I assume it was doing some work there. And you see these big pillars the ship has. They can basically be lowered so she can pivot or stay in place in one spot while she does dredge works. That's what these pillars are for. Does look like she's gonna come all the way here now. That's cool. Oh, sorry, a bit too much panning. Not sure if the mic picks it up, probably not, but the water has just reached the side of the embankment that I'm standing on, and I have like a nice soft wave sound. It's very relaxing. Yeah, I think she's gonna come. She's gonna stream snipe us. Meanwhile, if I zoom out a tiny bit, there we go. We have our next big ship on the way. Sometimes they use barges, but most of the time they actually just move the sand around and have currents do their thing as well. Like the big dredge ships, they'll be dredging out an area and they'll be dumping it somewhere else. So they're not really like moving, because they're moving so much dirt in a week's time that it's impossible to ship it all away. So it's just basically moving dirt around from one spot to another. Like, I think even this one is not really transporting anything. Oh, looks like they're gonna turn in. Or coming straight towards me. That's also an option. Are you watching the stream? Can you honk if you're watching the stream? Yeah, I think it would be very expensive. Like these big dredge ships, they take like 20 minutes to fully fill up. If they have to then go out at sea every time to drop it, that would be insanely expensive and time consuming. I have to sneeze. Sorry. Try to get the mic as far away as I could. It is a grass pollen season. She's drifting. Wait, is she rising out of the water now? I think she might be dumping actually. Thank you, JR. What a good first message. Bless you. Maybe she's dumping, I'm not sure. So these ships have like a bottom that they can open and then all the sand will fall out through the bottom of the ship. I'm not sure if this is the case for this one, but it sure looks like it. Or she really just wants to be filmed because she's really close to us right now. Hello, are you watching the stream? Honk once. Look at that maneuver. That's cool. Or wiggle the crane. Hi Barbara, welcome. Let me already prep the next big ship for the overlay. Let's go here and there. There's that bulker. What a good name, that this bulker on the background. Oh, what is she doing? She's getting like really close to shore here. Maybe she has a specific spot that she needs to be in to dredge. It would be fun to look at. They're gonna block the view a little bit though, but... Oh, I think she's going into port here. It's like an optical illusion a little bit. There is a little port area just beyond the spot. So I'm assuming she's gonna go in there. Well, we can take a look at her up close then, right? Look at that. The arrival. Big fan on there, so they can drive home after. And there she goes. Can you believe it? A car on a boat? Never seen that before. How do you take the car off? With the crane. Actually, specifically that gray crane, that is how they get the car on and off. A lot of these inland ships have that. Alright, let's check out our next big one. It's a bulk carrier, also empty by the looks of it, very high in the water. So we get it on the overlay. The Balaja, 200 meters long, 32 meters wide. Well, in 2020, she came from Sauda in Norway. Completely empty, and she is 6.5 meters deep. Good day, Daiki. 1 TEU is a 20-foot container and is the full length of the containers. No. The containers we saw on the Evergreen are 40-foot containers. Which is 2 T. Why do they measure ships in TEUs? It's because some bays for fitting in a container can only fit a small container of 20 foot. So it's easier to express the whole capacity in TEUs than in FEUs, which is a 40-foot unit. You can always fit 2 20-foots in one 40-foot bay. That is always possible, but not vice versa. Who's this little guy muscling in? Coming through. There we go, it's beautiful. She's about to steer in. Yep. If a ship dies, yes, ships do get renamed. The names of ships, because there's even a lot of ships with identical names. The unique identifier for a ship is the MSSI number, which is like an international numbering of ships. So that is unique to a ship, and I don't think that is ever reused. It's like the number that you saw me do for the overlay, that is the MSSI number. Hey Andrew, it's already been a busy day today. I think we got another container ship and a vehicles carrier left for today. And then we'll wrap things up. But we did see a big 369 meter evergreen container ship earlier. So if you're interested, you can always rewind to that. Just like every person, Gaffel, some are, some aren't, I guess. Yeah, exactly, Daiki. So you bring your car with you on these inland ships. There can be multiple reasons for it. You can be an owner-operator, so it's basically your house, so you want to bring your car. But you could also have a shift of like 2 weeks on the ship, and then where you get off might be a completely different spot than where you get on. So it's nice to have your car so you can drive home easily. Or even in the middle of your shift, go out and do groceries or stuff. Do you like the movie Das Boot? Oh man, I think it's been 30 years. I was like a child when I saw that one. I have no idea. Slowly the waves come in. Watch it again, it's amazing. Maybe I should, yeah. Isn't there also like, what is it, Speed 2 with a cruise ship that can't slow down or something? A 6-hour drive compared to a 12-hour train ride, for example. Yeah, exactly. And even where you end, there's usually not really public transport facilities nearby either. Gaffel, we actually have a submarine coming by right now. It's right over there. We're spotting a submarine now. Can you see it? as its cargo hold slightly opened up, as you can see, a little angled. It's actually interesting. Some of the cargo that these bulk carriers, a ship like this, will carry can produce gases, and if they don't properly vent those gases, they can explode. I think there was it 1 or 2 years ago now that there was a ship in the US that like the deck exploded off. So one of these massive hatches just exploded off because the gas wasn't vented properly. Like these cargo doors are huge and massive, and it just blew into the air. There's a video of it online somewhere. No bulge on her either. Same with you, I also need to vent gases. Oh my goodness. Don't we all? Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Let's just put the camera here and I have time to do what I want to do. 6021408. Right. Now that we have reached hour 2 of the stream, I'll do my hourly sellout moment. If you're new to the channel and you love the ship spotting, don't forget to follow. If you're watching on Twitch or Kick, if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe. It's all free. Helps the channel grow, so we can do more fun stuff like this. Also on YouTube, smash that like button if you like. Then more people will find the stream. The more likes, the more people that will find the stream. There we go. That was my hourly sellout moment. I won't bother you until hour 3. So we got another ship coming our way. Container ship again, which is the MSC 5X or something. Let's see. Overlay, please work. No, I may have mistyped the number. Oh no, there it is. MSC 5X. 348 meters by 34 meters, built in 1997, another oldie. What is that, 29 years old now? Whew. She is currently 13.6 meters deep in the water, and she's going to Le Havre in France. Ship outside the camp? No, it's this one. The other one went outside though, that's true. So like this. Hey Kirby. Is it 30? Wait. 7, 17? No, it's almost 30. 29, right? Okay, it's not for a person, it's for a ship that this is an oldie. Usually these container ships, once they reach 30, they're usually taken out of commission. Stop doing math. Okay, sorry. No math today. Also gonna check radar here now for a minute. So I think we still have the Grande. Yeah. And then after the Grande, there's the big nothingness, I think. Yeah, traffic slows down after, so the Grande will be the Ro-Ro, the vehicles carrier, will be our closing ship for this stream today. Cool, a few more ships to do. Glad you didn't do that with humans. once had a friend who always joked that once his wife turned 40, he could exchange her for 2 wives of 20. Think of that what you want. Thought it was a little bit funny. Oh, that's awesome, Daiki. His wife never found it funny? Yeah, I don't think so. Do you know about the MS Estonia? No. Is that the ship that sank? The ferry boat? Because they left the front hatch open? Is that the MS Estonia? Something rings a bell to me, but I'm not sure if that's the ship. Oh, it is, yeah, okay. Then I do know that story, yeah. This one also has a little bit of a windbreaker design on the front. Looks very similar to one that we saw yesterday, actually, a windbreaker. It's smaller for sure, yeah. Maybe that's because it's an older ship. The thing with the ones that are in Africa, Dutch, is they still have to come to Europe or Asia after. But maybe some go there. That could be. But there is a lot of ships that are taken out of commission as well. I'm gonna go to India or Bangladesh. Ooh, did it just turn off its lights? I think it just turned off its lights. Funny green container. Looks like a generator of some sort. I don't think it's a container. I'm gonna check it out up close. Let's see. Oh no, it is a little green container. Never mind. You guys and your big monitors. Only between African harbors, maybe. But I feel like a ship of this size would be too big to do that. And it would need cranes. A lot of African ports don't have big crane facilities. So then it would be nice to have its own cranes. But maybe. I'm by no means an expert. Also, the ships are so far out at sea that it would be like little dots on the horizon. There would be no point of Yeah, there's also a green one on the side there. 2 green ones. There would be no point of streaming there. You might as well just sit on a beach and watch the coastline. I like her bow design. It's like very angular. It probably doesn't translate on camera that well with the shadows. Still not fully happy with how the camera handles low light or like the black, but she's very quiet, by the way. Very quiet ship, this one. So we were talking about TEUs and FEUs. Those are TEUs, the little ones. And you can clearly see above the 2 TEUs there's 1 FEU, which is exactly the spot of 2 TEUs. So that's how capacity is expressed. Oh, look at that shot, it's beautiful. Let's have her do a go-by. The money shot. That sounds so dirty. It's a lot of goods, yeah. You have to imagine that there's thousands of these ships active always. Hey Rob, good afternoon by now. It's 1. So we got one more massive ship left for today, which will be Ro-Ro. It's been a while since we saw a big vehicles carrier up close, so it's going to be exciting. Dude, the sun is starting to blast me. Can't believe it. We might have to bust out the sunscreen from tomorrow on. I didn't bring it today. Hey old man, good afternoon. Welcome. So for all of you who just joined, we already had a nice lineup of ships this morning, including a 369 meter evergreen ship, which looked really cool. We got one Ro-Ro left for today in terms of big ships, and probably some small inland traffic in between. No need to brag, Schneider is in the middle of winter. Well, a lot of ships are avoiding piratey areas. Like the Suez Canal, since COVID, it has never reached the capacity it had since before COVID. So that area is very pirate infested, right? The entrance into the Suez Canal, it's very well known for piracy. A lot of ships are just avoiding it and preferring to just sail around the Horn of Africa because it's just cheaper for insurance and everything. Think about that. It's cheaper insurance-wise to go all the way around the tip of Africa to Asia than it is to pay the fees for the insurance. So all the extra cost in fuel does not grant the extra cost in insurance. It's crazy. Ooh, that's a fun shot. Look at all these colors. That's fun. Moin Kex. You plan ahead for big ships? There is a web page where I can see the pilot schedule. So you know, all these big ships have a pilot that they have to get. It's all planned, and that schedule is public. So based on that page, I can also see the length of the ship and where it's going, what time it's planned, and based on that I can kind of plan a little bit when I can stream. That, and I look at the radar as well. That gives also a good indication of, as these things move so slow, if I look out towards the coastline, I can usually see what is coming in and what I will be able to catch. That's how I plan. That's also why I don't really have a fixed stream time these days. It's just whenever there's good traffic, I'll come out. The good old 18th century ride around Africa, yep. We have actually seen a ship that had like mannequins on the side of the ship. Fake mannequins to like deteriorate pirates. We saw that once or twice already. Meanwhile, I do see the Ro-Ro on the horizon. So that's nice. So we got another one of these cement ships as well coming by. Yeah, let's hide it as well. Yeah, some have cables. I even heard that some get weapons on board, but that's a bit controversial. But yeah, there's ways they try to protect themselves. Not here, Gaffel, no. All the fishing boats are at the coastline. They have no business being up the river here. So in case you're wondering what's inside of these, it's cement, powder, sand, cement, sand. And going up the river. And then let's already get a little sneak peek. There is the Ro-Ro coming. It's one of the Grimaldi lines, which have a reputation for catching fire once a year. I don't think they had their... Oh wait, did they have their 2026 fire yet? Or was that 2025? I think it was last year that already 2 ships caught fire. So maybe they already had their quota for this year. Oh, that's a fun shot with all the colored boxes. Stay on that for a minute. So let's go to ship. Hey. Maybe they up to quota to 2 a year, I hope not. We actually saw one of these Grimaldi ships being tugged away to the scrapyard in Turkey. So it caught fire just before the coast here. Then it got tugged all the way back to Antwerp. They removed everything valuable from the ship there. And then they tugged it to Turkey for demolition. And we saw it being tugged out. It was really weird to see. And unique. All right, let's get the last one on the overlay here in a minute. 24, 7, 35,000. There we go. Do. No, they do have sprinkler systems. I think the last time it caught fire was because of an electric car that caught fire on the ship. It's something new that I think the vehicle carriers are starting to like get familiar with, learn to deal with, take precautions against it. It's all these electric cars on them. It's a much bigger fire risk than a fueled car. Well. Hi, Pip-Up. Hey, Mr. Villanelli. Wow, totally butchering nicknames. All right, Daiki. See you next time. Maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow we'll be back at the Terneuzen spot, though, our other spot on the river. That's a very wide inland ship actually coming towards us. Yeah, that's a wide boy, look at that. Look at Isabel. I'll stay on the Isabel for a minute until we get to Ro-Ro inside closer. I mean, when in use, Tingle J, I agree, but when they're parked, a combustion engine is just turned off. There's no chance of a fire there, right? And I also heard that fighting an electric vehicle that is on fire, the whole battery situation is a lot more difficult to extinguish than a combustion car. That being said, I love my electric car that I have now. So I would never go back to a combustion engine probably. Good afternoon. Where do you have the interest for ships from? Well, it's a good story. I used to stream other stuff before I got into ship spotting, but I kind of burned out on streaming. Didn't stream for, I don't know, 4 months probably. But during those 4 months I came to the river just to relax and make my head empty. And I found it so relaxing, I thought maybe let's try to do it with a stream. And people seem to like it. It's very relaxing just being by the water, watching these massive ships go by at a slow pace. And yeah, that's what it turned into. Good afternoon, Jacob. Good to see you. Oh, look at that. The Roro is coming in sight now. It's a beautiful shot. So a big floating shoebox, also known as a car carrier or a Roro. Need a ship spawn location, tier list. I can make a map if you're interested in that. There's a few spots along the river that are really nice for ship spotting. There's actually quite a few spots along the river, I would argue. Anywhere where you can be. I guess for streaming it's a bit different, but yeah. You grew up in a coastal town. Oh, that's nice. You miss the water and the harbor. There's something about being by the water that resonates with people and relaxes them. Preferably not too crowded. I mean, in summer it gets a bit busier here, but there's no like big touristy hotspots on this side of the river, so it's never like super crowded at the river here. On the other side, there's a few spots that it might get busier, I think, like near Vlissingen. In summer, it's a very touristy destination. Dude, he's going wide. Oh, you know he is not. He's taking a very wide angle, the Grimaldi one. To get it in the overlay. Hop. This is the Grande Mediterraneo. In 183 by 32 meters vehicles carrier, built in 1998. Another old ship. What is that? 28 years old this year. As with all the Grimaldi ships, they're sailing under the Italian flag. And she came from Walham in Sweden. Is it Terneuzen spot better? No, it's going to be busier there, especially in summer. It's a popular spot. Plus, you were talking about flying a drone. Legally, it's allowed there, but I wouldn't do it there anymore. There's a big no-fly zone there, right next to you. And I've had asked security if I have a drone on me. Luckily, I didn't have one on me, but yeah. There's a big chemical plant there. So they're a lot more nervous there about drones. I think this would be the spot for flying a drone. No, Doel is still like, I don't know, 10 kilometers, even more away. Don't worry about that. Okay, they're leaning a little bit. What do I use for camera? Exclamation mark cam. Sony FX30 cinema line camera with a Tamron 18 to 300mm zoom lens with a vibration control, how they call it. But the vibration control does not work when there's heavy winds. Yeah, the ship we're looking at is probably still like a few kilometers from where we are. Let's measure it out for fun. So I'm standing here. The ship is... Where is she? There. She's still about 4 kilometers from me. This is the full range of the camera, by the way. Alright, it's Maxar. Thanks for hanging. See you next time. Nice zoom. Thanks. Look how she leans a little bit. It's cool. She also has the classic poop stain livery. Nice little rust on her. When I lean, I get cold. Cool. I do like this angle. They're going directly at you. Such a cool shot. In case you're new here, you're wondering what the hell is on it. Vehicles. So it could be cars, could be a truck, could be a trailer, could be some agricultural vehicle, or a crane, an excavator, could be military vehicle. Many different things. Sometimes also these are so, maybe tanks, so filled up that they even park all the way at the top of the deck. Then we can see them. So we'll see if this one has, I don't think so, as it's an older one. I think it's the newer ones who have a capacity on the top deck. But we'll see. The Vincita is flying, holy. Look at what speed this goes through the frame. Also look how close the car is parked to the edge of the ship. Jeez. There's no much room for error on this one. Nice one. Okay, let's go back to the big one. Small barges, yeah. We also have this big inland tanker to the left here as well. It's a really wide one. It's going very slow. The Grimaldi is actually slowly overtaking it. It might block our view in a minute here. So, as she's getting closer, I do see that she has the classic rust livery. Very typical of these Grimaldi line ships. They always look rusty for some reason. Long telephone makes just look squashed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I always say that it also never translates on camera how tall these things actually are. 3 out of 10 on the scale of rust? Or maybe give it a 4. Maybe, yeah, 4.5. So are there cars on top? Let's see. There are. There it is. You can see vehicles on the deck there. What is that? There's new cars on it actually. So I think I was wrong. I think it's on the older ships that the cars can park on the top deck. It's on the newer ones that they don't do it anymore. I guess it's very high up, but even in like very bad weather, seawater might hit those cars up there, and that would be bad, right? There would all be corrosion on the cars. She's flying. Okay, just have a help. Yeah. Or even if you just look at that, that's like a window basically. So if you look at it, whoosh. I'm sorry from Winkelhampen. Your picture was probably screwed by me zooming. You bought a new car already rusty from the seawater. Demon Days on Twitch. What a weird moment. What's up, dude? And then in the back here you see the big bridge. This thing folds down, and that's how they kind of roll the cars on and off. She's leaning again. My goodness, that's a good lean on her. Alright chat, one final sellout moment. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy the ship spotting, don't forget to follow. For the Twitch and Kick viewers, if you're watching on YouTube, you can like and subscribe. Wow, look at that lean. It helps the channel grow. Hopefully we can do more fun stuff in the future. This will, however, be our closing ship for today. A nice selection of ships, but now the traffic will die down a little bit on the river. And there's always like little phases where there's a lot of traffic. Wow, look at that lean, my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen a Roro lean that much on the river, at least. Okay, now she's straightening out again. Alright, I'll press a button, see if this works actually. Let's see. It does work. Okay, cool. Yeah, I should be back tomorrow. Again, I don't know if it'll be in the morning, afternoon, or evening. Just make sure you have alerts on so you know when I go live if you don't want to miss it. Other than that, thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.